Sorry about that.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the FuMPCast. Luke Ski is not able to join us this weekend, but I will have a message from him coming up shortly. But joining us this week, we do have Lukas. Your last name's Cafe, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So Lukas Cafe, ThatLuckyPanda.
Like a restaurant.
And Big Fat Chuck, who I just learned the other day is actually Joe Vent from the Reverend Jarvis T. Hornswoggle other project you did.
Yep.
So welcome back, Joe.
Thank you.
Here, I thought we were getting somebody new on the show, and I'm like, oh, it's you. Okay, fine.
Happy to have tricked you.
So,
It's
welcome.
just me. I'm the only new one.
Right, yeah. Welcome to episode 756 of the Funny Music Podcast for Thursday, December 12th, 2024. The title of this week's episode is Puffy Toes, and your job is to work that into our conversations somehow. I swear they get dumber every week. All right. Before we get started, I have a message from Luke, which just came in moments before we got started. Wildcard says my mic just got better. Okay, I didn't do anything, so that's great. All right, message from Luke.
Hey Devo, it's me. Sorry to do this to you at last minute, but I have a last minute caricature gig, so I won't be on the FuMPCast tonight. Sorry I didn't tell you that, but if you're able to play this audio message on the show, like hold the phone up to the microphone or whatever, I just wanted to say to Lukas, congratulations for having your first song on the main page of the FuMP. It's absolutely awesome and hilarious. It's a fucking banger, and please keep making more songs and posting them to the FuMP for consideration, because it fucking rules. And I'm bummed that I have to miss being on your first appearance on the FuMPcast. But I got to make that money, yo. So anyway, yeah, you're awesome, and I will talk to you all another time. Whee!
Yippee!
There you go.
So there you
Don't
go.
be blushing and shit. What? Hello?
You got the sword touch on the shoulders, right?
Yeah.
There you
For
go.
real. That was very sweet.
All right, let's do the catch-up thing.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke failed and didn't show up.
Hey, what? Oh, he's right.
All right, so we know what Luke is doing right now. Oops, sorry. I forgot to shut it off. All right, so what have I been up to? Well, we finally put up our Christmas tree this past weekend, and with our new living situation, it was kind of hard to schedule everyone because my oldest has a job and is in college part-time, and my middle child is away at college. He's only an hour away, but we got to work around like his swim schedule and his class schedule and everything. So we planned to do the tree and go out to dinner on Sunday, and then my oldest couldn't make it. So we had most of the family, but not him. So we got the tree in, and we actually, I can't believe we actually did this. We went through the ornaments and pulled out the ones that we don't use anymore and are donating them. So it's like, rather than just store them year after year, taking up space in our basement, we're getting rid of them. It's amazing. You can actually get rid of things if you don't want them anymore. So that was fun. And my wife is going all in on like home automation and stuff. And she decided the Christmas tree had to be a part of this. So this year we bought programmable LED lights to go on the tree. So rather than do anything fancy, there's two sets of lights on the tree, and one of them is just white, and then the other one is like rainbow colored, and it fades from one color to the next, so like slowly. So it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. And of course it comes on and off, and it's programmable, and she can turn it on her phone, and all that good stuff. But the bad thing that happened on Sunday was, we're not entirely sure what caused this, but I was trimming a couple of the branches off of the bottom of the tree to get it into the stand, and I was using this little multi-tool that has like a blade on the end, and it just vibrates. It goes bzzz really fast, and had no trouble taking the branches off. But then my son goes, "Why is the dog shaking?" And I look over at Bodhi, and he was shaking so bad. I can only describe it as like a Parkinson's patient. Like he was, it wasn't just, trembling because he was scared. Like he was visibly shaking to the point where he almost couldn't walk. Like I thought he was having a seizure. And so my wife called him and he came, which is a good sign because he was alert and stuff. But he had really had trouble walking over to her. And then she held him until it stopped, and then we called the vet and took him to the vet, and he's fine. They just think he was scared of the saw. I'm not convinced because the saw really isn't that loud. It's not a saw. It sounds like an electric toothbrush. It's about that loud, and that's what it sounds like. So, but I don't know. It's entirely possible he was just scared out of his wits. But normally when he gets scared, he runs upstairs. So I don't know. And
maybe there was a frequency that was, like tying into the dog's internal thing.
That's
It's a
possible.
sleeper agent.
If it vibrates and was like hurting his ears or something.
If it was above like 13K or something.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. That's entirely possible.
But I think you got a new song title with "She Held Him Until It Stopped."
Wow.
She
That's really,
held him
about
till
the
it
dog
stopped.
shaking.
Yep.
she held
We
him
can
until
make
it
that about
stopped.
lots of things. That's the fun of writing songs.
Oh boy.
And,
so many opportunities.
All right, so the other comment I had here was a question for Luke, but he's not on, so I'll have to save that for next week. All right, so Joe, what have you been up to, other than fooling me into thinking Big Fat Chuck was a different artist?
Well, leading up to fooling you, I had to create the character. I had some ideas I've been doing the Right Reverend Jarvis T. Hornswoggle thing, doing kind of the old-timey hokum songs. Mm-hmm. And I got a bunch of those ready to go kind of in at the 60% stage. But
I got like 5 of those. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least. But, 5 volumes. But, yeah, I just had the idea at the kind of the turn of the year to kind of do this country thing. And it sucks that country is so big right now and basically the mainstream music, because I don't listen to the mainstream bro stuff, but I know it's out there, and I know it's when you tell people you're doing country, that's kind of what they think. But so I don't tell them that. But so I created the character Big Fat Chuck, basically just based on a lyric for the song I wrote. The first one was called "Let's Get High as Fuck Then Fuck" by Big Fat Chuck. It's out there. Go get it. And I hired a publicist because I thought this is going to be big, man. And I slowly realized that it was really not a good idea to hire a promoter for the first song you put out, because they don't really have anything to talk about. Mm-hmm. But I kind of went all in and, got the website and did all that stuff, and actually shot a video for "Let's Get High as Fuck Then Fuck." But it didn't really do anything. So my publicist says, and I think my publicist is out in Jersey, and he may be a junkie. I'm trying to figure all that out. He said, you got to have more content. So I went, all right. But we're already in the middle of the campaign and I paid you. So he goes, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you record another song real quick and then just record a Christmas song? That'll be cool. And I'm like, yeah, that's easy. Give me 5 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
But I decided to take him up on the challenge, actually. At the beginning of September, I said, in 2 weeks, I'm going to finish the next song. And in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to start and write and finish the Christmas song. And then it's on him to do something. So I did it. I basically wrote 2 songs in 3 weeks and recorded them, which is something I never really did, but thought, hey, it'd be cool if you had deadlines and stuff. I've had deadlines. But
Deadlines are helpful.
they are. And I always listen back to the stuff I do and go, God, I wish I would have changed this or that or that. So I knew that was going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, kind of put my head down and created the character, created the website, did all the social crap that is just so annoying. And but it's there. You got to do it. And that's it pretty much.
How's it
life,
been working with the publicist before? Your background is in marketing, wasn't it?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I mean, I had a
else
label years ago, but I work I do CD and vinyl manufacturing.
That's right. Okay,
yeah.
I was mixing you up with somebody else.
That happens all the time. But which reminds me, I have to talk to you about that later because
Okay.
I might be sending you some clients if you want them.
Oh, sure.
And it's not just the ones I don't want, but but there's a lot of those. So that's pretty much it. In this case, just wanted to keep the country, like I said, country, ha ha ha. But I like old country, classic country. I'm kind of late to it because I grew up in Indiana where I couldn't ignore it when I was a kid. So I hated it. Plus, it was the 70s and 80s when things got kind of schmaltzy. But kind of having a revisionist life with this character and doing, basic 1, 4, 5, 3-minute country songs. So
cool.
There's a lot to mine there. AI is going to ruin everything, but
Yeah.
for now, I'm having fun.
Yeah. Let me know how it works out with the publicist, because that's something I've never done, but I've considered doing. And I don't know if it's going to do any good, but
It's so tough now because when I say now, it's because I have 30 years of experience of doing this or more actually, but because it's hard to tell what you're going for. Are you going for airplay? What's airplay? Are you
Right,
going
yeah.
for press? What's that? I mean, but it is helpful because this guy was, super. I've got a lot of friends who actually do that, and I didn't hire all of them but him because you can only hire one at a time, I guess. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.
sure. Yeah, appreciate it. So, Lucas, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
So what have you been up to?
Oh God, now it's my turn to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. I've just been waiting patiently, and I'm just like, oh God, I have to think of something. What have I done this week? Well, I've worked at my local secondhand thrift retail store. I don't know, but that's like my day job, so nobody cares about that. But what I usually do, besides the music thing, I have a YouTube channel. ThatLuckyPanda, if y'all are interested. Tee. But I just do what I mainly do is just like, if anyone's familiar with Game Grumps, the YouTube channel, I do like fan edits of their show, the 10-minute Power Hour, and that's usually what I do in my free time. I just make little silly, ridiculous, like notoriously obnoxious, chaotic edits of that show because I love it and people like the edits. So I've just been working on I'd say a couple, but I'm working on one because I can only work on one at a time with what little storage my teeny tiny phone has. But that's usually what I occupy myself with when I'm not working, or I'm just working on music. I actually have a couple really exciting projects that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
A couple just because I mostly do covers. Obviously, I have the song that I had put up on the FuMP, but I mostly do covers, mostly comedy related. More often than not, Ninja Sex Party specifically. I've been working on a lot of those, just kind of stuff in the back burner for a potential, I guess, larger-ish scale project. And then I have, I'm sorry, I just noticed my lovely partners in the chat. they're just like nodding in agreement of everything that I'm saying because they know everything I do, obviously. But hi, by the way. I have some covers that I'm that's me. I have a couple cover projects that I'm working on. I have one that I plan on dropping around Christmas time. That's a cover. I guess I can just say what it is. It's I'm Gonna Kill Santa Claus by Danny Gonzalez.
I was gonna say you might as well because
familiar
there's no room in the FuMP schedule for any more Christmas songs. Just none.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I didn't plan on like posting any of them because they're all covers, but like it's just a thing that I'm doing. I plan on heckling is allowed. Sorry, I need to turn off the chat, but I plan on dropping that sometime around like Christmas. I'm still working on it. So that's one thing I'm working on. I have a couple that I try to post, or I try to like drop a cover, maybe one like per month, like, or maybe one every other month, just to keep something going. So I got one that I'm definitely trying to drop around Christmas. I got one that I'm trying to drop around like mid to late January, just like kind of spacing them out. That's usually what I do. So that's pretty much all I've been doing the past, well, technically forever, but that's what I've been occupying myself with for this past week. I've just been working on that specific cover.
Cool.
Currently editing videos, and yeah, it's not super exciting. Well, I mean, it's exciting, but it's not as intricately detailed as Joe's was.
So,
oh, come on now.
So, speaking of songs you posted to the FuMP, give us a quick intro to the song, and we will give it a listen.
Oh boy. Well, it's called Hot Topic. It's about Hot Topic and nothing else. There's nothing.
All right. Here is Hot Topic by ThatLuckyPanda.
I'm inside a Hot Topic trying to buy a new fit. I need to be prepared for when I die in that pit. I don't do it for attention, I do it for the bit. Who knew my good intentions would screw me just like this? I got my black leggings, I got my own Vans, I got oversized t-shirts of all my favorite bands. I got money, I got cash, and I got my Venmo. But it'd be best I double check, so I open up my holy shit. I just opened up Instagram and I got hit with striking photos of a grown-ass man. Try to look away, but I don't think I can. Now I'm staring at my screen with $50 in my hand, and I'm in the middle of Hot Topic. I am, and the cashier thinks I've lost it. My shopping spree's gone south, so I'll see myself out of this Hot Topic. Now I'm outside the Hot Topic and I take a deep breath. I decide to go to Spencer's cause their mugs are the best. I was strolling past the lava lamps when something caught my eye, so I whip out my phone to take a picture. Oh my fucking Christ. I fucking opened up Instagram and I got hit with sexy photos of that man again. Try to look away, but I don't think I can. Now I'm staring slack-jawed at this 50-year-old 10, and I am in the back end of a Spencer's. I am what is he trying to censor? Oh, my shopping spree set sail. You can see without fail. What the fuck is my problem? Am I losing my mind? I wanna say it's not my fault, but it's no one's fault but mine. I built my For You page brick by brick, so it should be no one surprise that I get recommended dads and or significantly older men. In the middle of Hot Topic, I am, and the cashier thinks I've lost it. My shopping spree's gone south, so I'll see myself out of this Hot Topic. I am in the back end of a Spencer's. I am what is he trying to censor? Oh, my shopping spree set sail. You can see without fail. 2, 3, 4. I got my black leggings, I got my own
Very nice.
It's hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, since this is your first time on the show, why don't you give us the rundown? Who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff.
Okay. Hi.
Unless you want Joe to talk about your song, we can do that, but I don't know how well that'll work.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Lucas, aka ThatLuckyPanda. I do music. That's what I do. That's what I've done my whole life. It is like since I was a wee little baby. I'm from Ohio. Oh boy, we're getting Lucas lore. But I'm from Ohio. I've loved making music of like all kinds, basically. I would say my main my go-to genre is more like rock, like kind of like a pop punk, like alternative rock type sound.
Okay.
Which is nothing like Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I should probably explain why that is. So
please do. I was just going to ask.
Yeah. So I'll start from the beginning for this song. When I was in a Hot Topic, believe it or not, when I came up with this idea, well, actually, Insane Ian came up with the idea, and the whole premise of the song didn't come into light until like further down the line when I was writing it, because when I was in Hot Topic one time, I was just at the mall with my twin, and I got a notification on my phone on Instagram about this band called Shadow Academy, which is fronted by Dan Avedon, also known as Danny Sexbane of Ninja Sex Party. Mm-hmm. And they were promoting a cover of Pink Floyd's Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and I was very excited about that. So I quickly rushed to Insane Ian's DMs, and I'm just like, dude, I'm so normal about this. I'm so like calm and collected, and I'm definitely not frothing at the mouth in the middle of a Hot Topic right now. And Ian so very appropriately responded with, "That is an unused Ninja Sex Party song title if I've ever seen one." And I was just like, "Yeah, that's definitely a song title. I should come up with the song for that." And he said, "Yes, you absolutely should." So I just started that night. I think I just started just typing away in my notes app. I'm just like, what can I do with this? And when it came to like the sound of the song, I kind of, at the time I was listening to a lot of Tom Cardy's stuff, more so his more recent stuff, but also his Artificial Intelligence album specifically, and or at least I think that's the name of the album.
I think so, yeah.
If I remember correctly. But I was listening to a lot of that album specifically. I'm like, what if I made a Tom Cardy kind of, I guess pastiche? It's kind of like that sort of structure where it sets up this, it's kind of like a fake out. Like you think it's just going to be about like, you're just finding weird shit a Hot Topic, but no, it's actually about it's actually about old men on Instagram. But I think I just came up with that that general idea just as I was writing it, because I came up with that post chorus first, the frothing at the mouth in the middle, like that was what I come up with first. But I was just like, what I need to lead up with that, so I was just like, Instagram something grown ass man. And I was just like, wait, hold on, let me cook. And then it just kind of like wrote itself from there. But yeah, I definitely took a little bit of inspiration from Tom Cardy structure wise. While I was writing it, I had this Australian accent in my head as I was writing it. Like
And
like
I could totally picture Tom Cardy going, "Oh my fucking Christ," you know?
yeah, exactly. Like when I was writing the verses, especially, I was just like, I'm inside a hot topic trying to buy a new fit. It's fun. Like I like that was 100% what was going through my head when I was writing that. I was just like, this would be such a good Tom Cardy song if I had special connections with people who gave a fuck.
Well, what you need to do is make,
you know,
I know you've made a video for it. Actually, I didn't watch that entire video because I was just pulling up videos for the FuMPcast. Did you do the multi-angle thing that he does where he's playing the synth and then he's playing the guitar?
I did.
You did? Okay.
I did, okay. But the thing is, with the short that I made for that, I really kind of leaned into that Tom Cardy like film, like vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's like sharp cuts. There's different things. I'm doing different stuff in different shots, but it's all like the same angle. I really try to do that. The thing is, I didn't record any instruments, in like as opposed to how I usually would, which I would probably record a guitar or something like that. But I didn't record any instruments for Hot Topic, other than, you know, like MIDI sequencing and like the percussion or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I really just like picked some loops from like the from the BandLab sound like library.
Nobody would care.
And
dude.
I just kind of
play guitar, play bass.
Yeah.
Nobody would care. Play a trumpet,
but,
you know, it'll be fine.
Now, yeah, like in hindsight, I feel like I totally should have done that, but you know, it's whatever. So I just had different shots of me like holding up the different like items that I had at Hot Topic, like the black leggings and the Vans. The only thing that I had in that video that were actually from Hot Topic were the pants. And there's a shot in the video that I made for it where I had a shirt that says "I love hot dads," you know, to kind of like play on the bit. But I actually didn't get that shirt from Hot Topic. I got it at Spencer's, which, you know, Spencer's is mentioned in the song.
Yes.
But, you know, to vary it up. But
and I wanted to mention that because you're talking about frothing at the mouth and the back of the Spencer's. The back of the Spencer's is where they keep all the sex toys.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted. Okay, so when I was writing the second verse, I was like, where can I take this? Like, we've left Hot Topic. Where are we going? What's like directly next to Hot Topic at the mall? Spencer's. You can do a lot of funny stuff with Spencer's, obviously. So I'm just like, I'm going into Spencer's now. Where am I going? To the back. What am I going to the back for? Not the dildos. I'm going there for the mugs. Specifically the mugs, and only the mugs and the lava lamps, because those fucking rule. But like in all seriousness, I wanted to like, I kind of wanted to be like, oh, I'm going to Spencer's. No, I'm not for that reason. I'm going for this reason. Shut up.
I don't, now that I think of it, I don't know that I've ever actually purchased anything at Hot Topic. I have bought stuff from Spencer's, but I don't think I've ever bought anything from Hot Topic. It's like,
I was about to make like a comparison between Spencer's and Hot Topic, but you really can't. It's like, it's easier to compare Hot Topic and Box Lunch. It's like Box Lunch is just Hot Topic on light mode. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, because Spencer's has all like the, like, you know, adult products, and then there's like memorabilia of like TV shows and like horror movies and stuff like that. So and then there's just like, you know, raunchy t-shirts or whatever. But that's like pretty much all Spencer's has. And then Hot Topic is just basically whatever's like trending, I guess. There's like band shirts in the back. There's like, it's just like certain like aesthetic clothing, mostly alternative. So like a bunch of goth emo stuff, some grunge, fairy grunge, which I discovered was a thing that people call it.
I've never heard the phrase fairy grunge before in my life.
Neither
I don't know how to. This is what I love about being the youngest person on the call, is I have to explain stuff and I don't know how to. But it's basically just like earthy tones, like greens and browns, and then there's a butterfly on this t-shirt, ooh, or there's like It's like stars on the
Okay, okay. I know what you're talking about. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of stuff like that. It's mostly like a fashion. It's more fashion like centric than I would say Spencer's is. Obviously there's like Funko Pops and like stuffies and like
Yeah.
lounge fly bags and stuff, but that's pretty much like all Hot Topic has. I mean, it's fun to shop there. It's very overstimulating, as is literally any place to shop ever. But I do love I love me some Hot Topic.
Nothing wrong with that. So are you planning to put out an album at some point?
Oh boy. Well, an original album, I've toyed with the idea of doing like an original album. I don't know if it would be like original like non-comedy or original comedy album. Maybe. I mean, I'd love to at some point in my life, but I have not made any like steps towards that specifically. I do have a couple well, I have a couple ideas for like a couple cover albums, because I've done a couple of those. I did a mini tribute for Insane Ian earlier this year. Well, the earliest you can possibly get this year, which was New Year's on his birthday.
On his birthday, yeah.
Yeah, which was Culinary Conniptions. I covered I Bet I Can Eat More Waffles Than You and Corey Can't Even. And I was thinking about doing something more with that, like maybe like, I don't know, like maybe making like a deluxe edition, remastering those covers, just like doing like, I don't know, like a re-release, maybe putting it on a disc, maybe. Oop, just in my mic. But that's one idea that I had. I did do another cover, I guess it's like an EP, but it's non-comedy. It was it's just it had 3 songs by Ghost and 2 songs by Shadow Academy, which I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's called Ghostly Shadows because I'm very smart and clever, and that's a very very creative title.
I see what you did there. Yeah, very good. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, very mysterious. That's one that I did release in the past couple months, I believe. It's that one's an acoustic cover album. That's just all
cool.
acoustic.
All right.
Yeah. I'm really proud of that one, actually. I really like that one. With like album ideas, I've been trying to put together another like cover tribute album to like Ninja Sex Party and Starbomb like specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I've been like constantly like working on those specific kind of covers, but like not releasing them because I'm like, oh, I want to put this on an album. Oh. But it's definitely, I'm still like plotting stuff out, and I don't even have a finalized like track list or anything. I'm just like throwing whatever's sticking on the wall with that specifically. But that's more of a little bit of a step up kind of project that I have in mind album wise. I was thinking of doing a brief like little cover like maybe EP or maybe just a solid like 10-track album of covers from different like FuMP artists. And the idea that I had for that was I was gonna cover a bunch of those, and I was gonna title it "Fumpin' That," and then have the cover art be like Charlie XCX's "Brat," because like the bumpin' that, but instead of bumping that, it's fumping that. Ha! So clever. But that was a pretty funny idea that I had. I haven't really started on that either. That was just an idea that I had.
You sound like me. You've got like 85 projects going on at any given time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. But I'd love to do like an original comedy album. That'd be fun. I'd have to really start grinding on that Notes app. But I also have I have one original song that's not comedy. It's called Normal. That's just about my prepubescent experience with being transmasculine. If anyone didn't know that, hi, I'm transgender. But yeah, that one that I had, I put that out I believe June 1st, because Pride Month. And God, I am so funny. But I put that out, and I was like, I could kind of lean into that. Maybe I could probably do a couple specifically specifically. I'm talking about being trans in these songs, and like make an EP out of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently, actually, as of today, I am 3 months on testosterone.
Oh, congrats!
So,
Congrats.
Thank you so much. And I'm really excited about that, because my voice has been cracking all over the place.
My son went through that too. I don't know if you know, my oldest child is transmasculine, and
oh wow,
it's when he started on testosterone, the first thing that happened was his voice dropped, and it was noticeable.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's very jarring when you're like around me, and then all of a sudden it's way down here, and you're just like, oh my god, who are you, demon? But like, it's been that part's been very exciting, because I'm just like, oh yeah, my voice is changing. I could like re-record some stuff and like maybe make a comparison. Like with normal, I hadn't started T yet, and when I recorded it, obviously the lyrics are very juvenile on purpose. And so I plan on definitely re-recording that at some point down the line, maybe like a year or so in, and like, remastering that and kind of like seeing the growth from that. And maybe because I started writing another like kind of similar sounding angry trans rock song. I don't know if I'm going to release it anytime soon. At least, definitely not within 2025. But
yeah,
we're like
probably best.
Just about. But if anything, I think it would be cool to like make a little EP of those like type of specific like experience-based songs, and like kind of drop that. See if anyone wants a CD of it.
Yeah,
or not.
Could be cool. It could be a whole new niche for you.
Yeah, I can corner the market for angry transgender rock.
Angry trans rock, yeah.
Create it and corner it.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
I guess. Well, I mentioned my YouTube channel earlier. I do.
Which is ThatLuckyPanda, right? Yep.
Which is ThatLuckyPanda. The YouTube channel name itself is just Lucas, and then in brackets ThatLuckyPanda, and usually I only have the one channel, so I basically post everything I do on the channel. Usually I do power hour edits. Sometimes I post fan cam edits, like the ones that are like set to music specifically, like the short ones. I post life updates, maybe. Sometimes I spend ungodly amounts of money on Cameo and pay Dan Avidan to sing songs, and and I post those. I've actually recently, in the past year, I've had a bunch of people like send me cameos that they've gotten from Dan Avidan and be like, "Hey, can you like put this to the music?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." So I started doing those recently, and that's been really fun, and people have liked those. So that's another thing I do on that channel. And then that's also where I post my music. So you'll find Hot Topic on there. You'll find all of my releases that are on streaming on my YouTube channel. You'll also probably find a couple other songs that aren't on streaming, like a couple other covers that I've done that aren't on streaming yet, or just aren't on streaming. Those are usually put up on my channel. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitter. It's all ThatLuckyPanda, with the exception of an underscore between a couple of those sites. Let's see. I have a Bandcamp page. That's probably one I should definitely plug. I have a Bandcamp page, ThatLuckyPanda. You can feel free to buy the music that I have on there. I don't charge any of my covers on there for, obvious reasons. But if you'd like to directly support the music on that end, the Bandcamp exists, and you can definitely, out of the goodness of your heart, spare your boy a buck or two. But I believe that's it for plugs. But yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to move on to news and talk to Joe. Are you sticking around, or do you have to take off?
I'll probably just hang around and just like mute myself.
Okay. All right, let's do some news.
Look at all the tasty people.
This is the FuMP.
Hannibal Lecter, he's eating liver, Chianti, some nice fava beans. This is his dream.
Me hate your cookies, stop freaking asking me. Me reject all your cookies, though you ask me constantly. Screw all your cookies, evil corporate entity. Oh, you and your cookies can all suck it. Hey, you know what?
It's got California class and rotten dairy style as we're cruising every prime timeline, light and mile. But forget about the bridge and come on down, my friends, cause the lower decks is where the real action begins. And time again, the junior staff is always proven that they keep the ship afloat, cause lower decks keep it moving.
Lower decks, lower decks, lower decks.
Lower decks keep it moving.
Lower decks, lower decks.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. THEFUMP.com.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, we are finally all caught up with posting past episodes of the FuMPcast. I apologize for the delay. I just kept forgetting to do it, and then, we'd get behind again. So I posted them all the other day. If your podcast software missed any of the episodes, you just go back and into the past episodes. You should be able to download them manually. So, but starting tonight, we'll be back on schedule. All right. This weekend's episode of Destinies, the Voice of Science Fiction, is going to feature a recording by me from Icon 31 at the Cabaret. The topic of this week's episode is Spider-Man and Peter Parker. And then he's going to play my performance from the Icon 31 Cabaret. That takes place Friday night, December 13th at 11:30 p.m. on WUSB-FM. I believe it's WUSB.FM, I think is their website. It's University of Stony Brook's radio station, hosted by Dr. Howard Margolin. Great show. It's they have readings and sci-fi news and stuff. It's great stuff. And speaking of me, tomorrow will be the world premiere of my video for Wet Ass Pussycat. And honestly, I'm not sure where it's going to get posted. I don't know if it's going to get posted on my channel or if the Orchard is making a new channel, because this is the first time I'm releasing a video through the Orchard. So I'll tell you tomorrow when it goes up. All right, and that's all the news we got for this week. So tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goody hosting at the Bluebird. On Sundays online, Two Sleeps. Mondays online, Steve Goody and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. Mondays and Tuesdays online, Bill Larkin. On the 13th in Rancho Cordova, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On the 14th in Easton, Pennsylvania, Carla Ulbrich. On the 15th in Rochester, New York, Drew Jacobs. On the 15th in plausible.com, Carla Ulbrich. That's PLAUZZABLE.com. On the 19th in Oakland, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And on the 20th in Cameron Park, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. All right, Joe. Give us a quick intro to this song and we will give it a listen. You're muted, Joe. Or is it on my end? No, it's on your end. Nope, nothing.
Now I am, all right.
There you go.
All right. Sorry about that.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often on this show, to be honest.
I know. I was thinking about Bill Johnson and Roadside Attraction. It's got to go down there and catch me. This song, like I said, I was under pressure, kind of to my own pressure and from my publicist guy friend to get a Christmas thing out. And I've done Christmas stuff before with bands, and it's a kind of an evergreen thing. It's cool. So I thought, well, what the hell, we'll do it. I had no ideas though. It was, it was fun listening to Lukas talk about his process and, how you just kind of jump in and that was very fun to listen to. But by the way, I love the song. So I just, I'm like, well, I'll come up with something. I've done this for a long time and it's a good challenge. Everybody needs to feel alive. So, I was driving to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and I, remembered that my sister-in-law had recently called my truck Big Red because it's a red truck, and I thought, Big Red, Santa's kind of big red, and this is back in September, and just kind of riffed on it, everything started falling together, and I said, literally just sat down, plugged in a guitar, and played a riff, and thought, I'm gonna do like a twin. Old style twin guitar 70s kind of thing with this, and just found a harmony and did that riff, liked it, edited it within about 4 hours, which is very rare for me. I had the basic tracks, and used Logic Drummer, which is really the only I was funny hearing Lukas talk about, not using acoustic instruments or whatever, because I remember the first, this is a tangent by the way, I remember the first time I realized I'd recorded a whole song and hadn't had any mic'd instruments on it or anything. It was like, wow, I didn't think I'd ever do that, and I did it, so it's kind of fun.
All right, so here is Big Red Saves Christmas by Big Fat Chuck.
Big Red, Big Red, Big Red's gonna get it all done tonight. Christmas time is near, and as the snow begins to fall, the kids start thinking Santa Claus ain't coming after all. Why is Mama always out shopping every day? If Santa brings the presents, why's she hiding them away? On Christmas Eve we asked her if Santa wasn't real. She said, now don't you worry, cause that surely ain't the deal. He'll be coming later on, so go to bed, turn out the light. Big Red's gonna get it all done tonight. December 24, the elves are working on the line. Brand new safety regulations got them running way behind. They were getting nervous and the foreman was upset. They figured Santa's gonna lose it since they wasn't finished yet. But when he got to work and got the reindeers fed and dressed, Santa told the elves, just take your time and do your best. I know we're gonna make it, though we're running kinda tight. Big Red's gonna get it all done tonight. He's gonna bring the presents and show what Christmas means. He's gonna tell your brother it's okay to act clean. He's gonna get your sister that new pair of slutty jeans. He's gonna get your mama off them And for those of you that thought Santa just did Christmas stuff, feast your pointed ears on this fresh batch of guitar. Go Santa, get at it. Christmas Day, they're having breakfast at the pole. Some elf comes up to Santa with some coffee and a roll. How'd you get it done, boss? Every doggone Christmas Eve, bringing presents across the world to every Sally, Bob, and Steve. Well, it ain't easy, son, it's harder than they know. If only we were up against the timeline and the snow. But when we work together, we can scream out with delight. Big Red's gonna get it all done tonight. Yeah, Big Red's gonna get it all done tonight.
Oh, come on, that can't be it. There's got to be more than that. Bring it back, fellas. Here we go. Happy holidays, everybody, for Big Fat Chuck.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You have the honor of having this year's first Christmas song that we posted.
Oh, no, that's a great honor, and it gives me puffy toes, I might say.
Damn it, I didn't incorporate it into my bit.
First time I ever got it, man. Usually Luke Ski comes in all Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, exactly.
So, got him on this one.
Oh, God.
Slight tangent. I just watched last week, somebody took that video and upscaled it to like 1080p or something like that, so you can see it in high def now.
Oh, like an AI application?
Yeah, something like that. It's just as stupid, but now you can see it better, so...
I'm waiting for the movie, with I think they're going to get Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu would be perfect.
Yeah,
but that's a little
Keanu.
too Matrix-centric. Yeah.
So tell us about Big Fat Chuck.
Well, yeah, and I apologize. I kind of went down that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Earlier, I thought I got my segments mixed up. Like I said, I grew up, and maybe Lucas can attest to this. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of years between us, but I grew up in the middle of Indiana. I actually grew up on a cattle farm. Country music was everywhere when it mostly kind of sucked, and I didn't fit in Indiana at all. But I learned a lot about people because there was a lot of Southern folks in Indiana who'd moved up to work in factories and that. So I had friends in school who sounded like they were from Chicago, and I had friends that sounded like they were from Mississippi. And it was just a weird melting pot. So that accent, I've always kind of wanted to do that accent in a song. Mm-hmm. It's my old accent, but I haven't talked like that in 30 years. But it's right there, so it's like I can just click right into it like somebody from anywhere, Boston or whatever.
Did you intentionally try to lose it, or was it just natural?
It was easy because I don't want to get down any kind of thing, but it's just like I moved to Wisconsin where people have a whole nother weird accent. Yeah. So I didn't really lose it. But like I said, culturally and really that musically, that's always been in me. But, and then in the 90s when I grew up, I had the alt country, thing. So I kind of got into country then. But anyway, just wanted, this character, I could do a lot more with that than I can with me. And, like even the accent, I don't feel as bad doing an accent when it's a character, you know what I mean? So it gave me an outlet. And like I said, there's a lot of material to mine in that kind of thing. But, and there's a few, I know there's a lot of people doing kind of this, the country guy, the funny country guy. There's Wheeler Walker Jr., who's pretty famous at it, and a few other, and some of them who are unintentionally funny.
Is there a reason you didn't just do this under Reverend Jarvis?
Yeah, the Right Reverend Jarvis T. Hornswoggle is more of a specific 19 teens through 1930s.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Kind of a hokum character.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to confuse the two.
Get into the lore of how is he still alive 100 years later,
Yeah. Well, actually, in the bio for Big Fat Chuck, I said that he's the third illegitimate great grandson of the Reverend.
Okay. Okay. Now you got it. Okay.
So we gotta.
You're getting into the whole consortium of genius legacy now with your backstory. I love it.
There's layers to the lore.
I'm trying to stay legacy or whatever, or what is it? Canon. Trying to stay canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's just fun. It's another outlet. Otherwise, if I just want to do an original or do a parody, I could do that in my own voice. But this character was fun. And the second song I did actually that came in between Let's Get High as Fuck Then Fuck and Big Red Saves Country Xmas, I call it, because I don't want to put Christ in Christmas. It was a song called Snake Dick Weasel. I forgot to mention that, but that's just one of these titles. I hung up on a client once, and my wife's like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "That guy's a snake dick weasel." So I just wrote the song. So I urge everybody to check that one out.
I love it.
Yeah, I get to do like more of the kind of twin guitar. Like I'm a guitar player primarily. I got my 400,000 hours doing that, and everything else I do is kind of, I'm still just, right there, besides vocals, I guess. So this gives me a chance to kind of stretch out and do that stuff too.
Okay, cool. No, I love it. It's fun having side characters and stuff. I've thought about doing that for me too, but I was like, I can't get my own music to go anywhere. I'm not going to get a side character to go anywhere. So,
well, I do. I'm probably going to join you all in the parody thing pretty soon because I've never done that except for in my head. So
they're fun.
I know. I mean, and that was a question I had for you. When you say you're doing covers, are all of your covers, Lucas? Are all of your covers parodies or just straight covers using different approaches?
They're usually just like straight covers. Like I mentioned earlier, they're like Ninja Sex Party specifically. I just covered Ninja Sex Party songs, but I do have a couple parodies. I did one like last year. It was like a Taylor Swift parody. It was about Ninja Brian, but there was that, and then I also did a parody of "We Didn't Start the Fire" with Insane Ian, and it's a very niche concept. We did it based on it was about Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, but it was about a specific bit that was done during Game Grumps' playthrough of the game, and there's this character named Tulin where he's like a bird type. I don't remember the freaking species of it, but he's a bird, and his name's Tulin, and the guys just kept forgetting his name, so they just kept coming with different names. And some guy was like, I'm going to make a spreadsheet of all the names that they come up with for Tulin. And after the playthrough was done, he was just like, here's the list. And then someone was like, put it to the tune of "We Didn't Start the Fire." And Ian was just like, my time has come. Or something like that. And I was just like, I will make the backing track right now. And I did. And that we just made that. But yeah, sorry, that was a whole tangent. My bad.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But, thank you. But
it's what we do.
I didn't mean to go. I didn't mean to go all Ed McMahon on you there, Devo.
It's all good.
It's fine.
I do love parodies. They're fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I love parodies. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with because your stuff is great. So,
thanks. It's going to be filthy.
That's fine. That's fine. We approve. Nothing wrong with that. The question is, are they going to be good parodies or dumb parodies? Because both can work.
Oh, it's going to be both, definitely.
Okay.
Or maybe not good, but dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
I don't want to give it away.
Yeah. Don't.
I think
no. Yeah.
AI is listening, and then it's going to create it.
Yeah.
When it becomes a sentient being, and then we will all have to. That'll be the new national anthem.
It's gonna create it in like 30 seconds, and it's gonna have 8,000 songs and.
Yeah.
Yep. You see that guy got arrested for that? There was some guy had AI make him thousands of songs per day, and he was uploading them to Spotify. And that's not what got him arrested. That's just him being stupid. Then he set up a bot network to listen to the songs.
Oh.
So
bot streams.
Yeah. So he had nobody making music and nobody listening to it, but he made millions of dollars in royalties. So it was fraud, and he got arrested.
I don't know whether to hate him or love him.
Yeah, I was kind of impressed, to be honest.
It's an evil genius right there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
surprised it took that long.
But
if he would have been less zealous, he would have got away with it probably forever.
Yeah, probably.
You know? Or for those meddling kids.
Superman 3.
Yeah. All right, so what else is going on with you?
That's I don't know, man. It's about it. Gonna do some more Right Reverend stuff. Personally, I just married my son. I didn't marry my son, but he got married, and I said that's okay.
I was going to say that was phrased weird, and I was trying to figure out
what
you
were
talking about.
That was burying the lead, right? I just married. No. So, yeah, going to New York next week if you want to meet up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, might take you up on that. Where are you going to be?
How far out of the city are you?
About an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, Yeah, we're going to be. I have a work party on Monday, and then my wife's coming, and we're just going to dick around, see Book of Mormon for the first time. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either. But, yeah, whereabouts are you going to be in the city?
Like K-Town. Our office is down in Koreatown, and then, actually, I think they call it something else, Herald Square area.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
In the 30s, 35th.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
yeah. Yeah, drop me a line. Remind me, because my brain doesn't really work anymore. So,
from day to day, that's how I feel.
So, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Well, bigfatchuck.com. The YouTube channel, which is essentially...
How have I not looked at bigfatchuck.com yet?
I don't know. It's there's not a lot going on there.
I have to say that is a stellar...
Oh, they're already on. My desire and ability to update media and social media and websites is not that high. But I took a swing at it, got a YouTube channel that has the Let's Get High as Fuck Then Fuck video, both explicit and clean.
I have to hear how you cleaned that one up.
It was easy with the sound effects and Logic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I always do, if I have something explicit. Well, actually, that was the first one I think I really cared to do it, but I'll just do the clean edits with sound effects and mix it, bounce the same mix and send it to the mastering guy.
Cool. Yeah, Chuck, not Big Fat Chuck, regular Chuck was in the chat and said that she did the cover art for your drawing.
Oh yeah,
drawing of Big.
Yeah, I forgot to. She also did the art for Snake Dick Weasel, which
nice.
I think is hilarious. She nailed both of them and just
they
awesome
look great. And honestly, I didn't recognize it as her style. It looks a little bit different than what the stuff she normally does.
Yeah, I think she made it look a little more Hallmark, which is kind of cool. But I mean, the Snake Dick Weasel thing was just first. She showed me something, and I was like, "Wow, that's great! Just finish it." And she finished it, and it was even 10 times better than what I had expected it was going to get to. And I had high expectations. So
how
cool.
how do you know Chuck? Because like it's one of those things where like I was not expecting that connection.
No, I did a reach out to the FuMP, and actually I think Tom, you mentioned her and a few other people.
Okay.
And she got back to me. So we went to it. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so it's my fault. Fine, that works.
It is. Well, I think you weren't the only one. I think I got about 4 or 5 people who mentioned her and other folks.
Cool. All right, let's do some feedback. Where is my thingy? There's my thingy.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now? Feedback. Feedback.
Feedback.
A-Log! Oh my god, it's you, not again!
A-Log wrote, these are on the YouTube videos, if what I'm hearing is true, then one song from Bonnie would get a little higher on my yearly Whacked Out 40 countdown than its previous position back in 2023.
Frozen?
Excuse me. I'm just going to wait for my bandwidth
now we can do
to go back up to anything above 0. Anything above 0 would be nice. Come on, bandwidth. You can do it. Maybe you can't. Maybe my internet is dead.
Oh, there we go.
Am I back? Because
yes, you're back.
My bandwidth still says 0, which is nice. Okay, so we're just gonna there's nothing happening. Still says 0k per second. So
you're fuzzy if that counts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll
frame rate
low
dropped
quality,
by like
but
500.
that's fine. Yeah.
Kind of a Back to the Future situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like we dropped the Twitch stream. Although that should come back once if my bandwidth ever goes up past 0, because it may not. Then again, we're at the end of the show. We might as well just finish the show.
Yeah.
Did you kick the side of your computer?
I did not. Well, the computer won't
You turn it
fix
off and
the
turn it back
bandwidth.
on.
Yeah.
I could do it like Big Fat Chuck. Did you piss on the spark plug?
You piss on the
Every once in a while, you got to just piss on that spark plug.
I could try that.
I love how
All right, it looks like
Midwestern the accent is.
It just jumps right in.
Yeah, it looks like my bandwidth is not going to recover. So let's just continue and see what happens. At least the audio is recording, so that's all that matters. Right. Yearly backed up. All right. A-Log continues, and I've already known what Christmas song you have up so far, and I can't wait to check out the others and play them on my show. And then on the previous week's video, A-Log wrote, hearing my intro 3 times was hilarious. Hearing it come out of Devo's mouth due to Luke's connectivity issues made me bust a gut. Thanks. Really needed that. Thank you, A-Log. Hey, my bandwidth is back up. It's working again. All right. So I'm going to have to edit those 2 things together. All right.
Oh, we lost
Optimum.
All the,
sometimes it works.
Right when we got to the good stuff.
I know.
All right. Let's do some teasing. Yeah, sorry, folks on Twitch. That was not you. That was me. Teasing.
He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a joke.
Yeah. All right, teasing. Tomorrow's song is by a new artist, but it's a side project of a known artist. So I'll tell you, it's a side project of Drew Jacobs. So check that out. So we're going to have a bonus Sunday song coming up by Carla Ulbrich, and Tuesday's song is by David W. Jacobson. And I'm going to tell you right now, folks, it's all Christmas from here on out until Christmas. And possibly after. We've got lots of Christmas songs. All right. This week's playlist topic, I'm just going to do more Christmas songs. So I will get that set up later this evening. And all right. Lucas, plug yourself one more time.
Oh God.
Putting you on the spot, damn
it. ThatLuckyPanda on everything. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, it's YouTube. I'm on Blue Sky as well. ThatLuckyPanda has an underscore on Twitter if that helps, I guess. Same as the YouTube handle. That's where all my stuff is. Bandcamp. The Bandcamp is a thing. That's a thing. You can throw money at me because you're cool, and if you don't, you're not cool. You're lame.
Hey Joe, plug yourself one more time.
Again, bigfatchuck.com, on Facebook, Insta, not X, not Big Sky, Blue Sky, none of the skies. Apple Music, Bandcamp, Deezer, Pandora, Spotify, YouTube, and all the ones in Russia that just steal the shit and sell it to you for a penny.
I'm sure I'm on those too, you know.
I'm sure you are too.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he forgot something, and I'm sorry, Lucas.
It's all good. It happens all the time. I'm also on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming things. That's where you can find music on there and stuff.
You can find everything everywhere.
Yes, you can, because we have
whether
that
you
power
put it
now
whether you
with the
put it
internet.
there or not, it's there.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice, and there's Lucas and Joe.
Hi, and bye.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Shout it to random people on the street. And be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
I'm drawing caricatures.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thanks.